Hey folks, today I want to take a minute to walk you through some of the setting features in new quizzes. So first, I'm going to start by opening up my quiz. From there, I'm going to go up to settings. And now I can see that I have all sorts of different features and options that I can turn on and off for my students. So the first three really deal with the aesthetic or the look of the quiz itself. You can shuffle questions, shuffle answers, and select one question at a time or multiple questions. It all depends on how you're assessing students, if you're assessing in the room, if you're assessing remotely. And so giving your students some options or giving yourself some options in the design and aesthetic of the quiz can really help your students to be successful. You can also require a student access code, which is great if you want students to take a code or take a quiz at a specific time. For example, I could type in my name, and as my students show up to class, I'll just tell them when they open the quiz, they'll have to put in a password, and the password is my name. The other thing that you can play with is time limit. You can set a time limit on your assessment, especially if you are doing a specific type of quiz or you're preparing for an AP exam or preparing for some standardized test that is timed. This can be a great experience for your students. Note, you can extend the time for individual students. You can add time as needed. And so you can really play around with this feature and support your students of diverse needs. You can add a filter, you can add a calculator. And so oftentimes I know that people prefer, if students are using a calculator, for them to use their own calculator, but it is a resource that is there for you. Allowing multiple attempts is really great, especially in formative assessments. If you want your students to earn a certain score before they move on to a different part of your course, you can keep the highest score, the average, the latest score, or you can choose now to keep the first score, which means that once your students take the quiz, the score that they'll receive is going to be that first quiz, but then they can take it multiple times for formative practice. You can make it unlimited, you can make it limited, and you can even add a waiting period so your students just aren't taking it 5 times in a row in 10 minutes. So you can make sure that students have to study and prepare for the next time that they take your assessment. The last piece is really great, especially as students might be taking assessments at different times. You can choose when students see the correct answer. You can choose when they see their correct score. So you can really play around and customize this view so that your students can be successful and you can make sure that your test is held to a really strong integrity and that answers aren't revealed before you're ready. So keep playing around with these features and know that you can customize the look, the feel, and the overall assessment of your new quiz.